Welcome back, America. You know, this guy, Newsom, everybody, wow, he's making some headway now. He's on the internet. I mean, I don't see it, but what do I know? But Steve Hilton knows a lot. He's a Californian. He's running for governor, and he's a good friend. And he's been tracking this morning, noon, and night for many, many years. Steve Hilton, welcome. This guy, Newsom, the media already starting to say he's got great memes and he knows how to capitalize letters and he's doing what Trump's doing. He's not doing what Trump's doing. Trump's a success. He's a failure, right?
He's a total failure. He's a joke. He's not a serious person at all. He doesn't believe in anything other than his own political advancement. He'll say anything. Not that long ago, he was pretending to get along with Trump, to be a moderate. He had Charlie Kirk on his podcast, and he was agreeing with him about biological men and girls' sports. Of course, did absolutely nothing about that. So we still have that going on in California. Gavin Newsom is totally full of it. Look at this redistricting thing that he's now using as his method of trying to pander to the Democrat primary voters he needs to vote for him in the only thing he really cares about, which is running for president. He stopped caring about California a long time ago. But look at this redistricting thing. Gavin Newsom says that it's all about Texas, and he's just hitting back over Texas. Total BS. California is already way more gerrymandered in Democrats' favor than even Texas would be after this correction that Texas is doing. And when Gavin Newsom says, people say we have this independent districting commission in California, and that means that it's not gerrymandered. BS again. The Democrats, Nancy Pelosi's Democrats, Gavin Newsom, they took the independent districting commission that voters chose over 10 years ago. They hijacked it. They put in their lawyers, the DNC lawyers, the Obama-Biden campaign lawyers were the lawyers for the so-called independent districting commission. The guy who drew the maps for the so-called independent districting commission is the same guy, someone called Paul Mitchell, by the way, who they just used to draw these gerrymandered maps this time. So even before this latest scheme from Gavin Newsom, California had already stolen 12 House seats from Republicans already. Now they want another 5. And he's running around saying he's saving democracy. It is total BS. And everything he says is BS because he can't make up his mind what he is. He's not for this, for that, for anything other than himself.
Look, I'm not from California. I spent a little time there, but we have to admit, it's the most beautiful state in the country. It's got the most resources in the country. It's just a fantastic place. Under proper management and governance, you had Reagan, you had Duke Majan, Pete Wilson. They did fantastic jobs. Yes. Then you get this loser. This loser has no substance, and he is destroying the state. He's destroyed your finances. He's destroyed the citizenry. You got people who can't get out of there fast enough. He's destroyed business. Your taxes are through the roof. Your regulations are through the roof, and so forth and so on. Tell the American people, God forbid, if this guy is nominated and he has a shot at the presidency, number one, I don't think the latter will ever happen, but let's say he is. What would he do to the country?
Well, it's horrifying to think of it, Mark, because actually all the things you said are true and more. He has the worst record of any governor in America. I'm going to give you the specific, everyone talks about follow the data. All right, let's follow the data. Let's look at the facts about California. Under this, it's now 15 years of one-party rule, this corrupt elite with their elitist policies that they're just pandering to the far-left activists and the unions who really run the show in California. What's the result of all of that? Right now, today in California, with all our advantages, as you said, the beauty, the talent, we've got the highest population, millions of talented people. Today, we have the highest unemployment rate in America, the highest of all 50 states. We have the highest poverty rate of all 50 states, the highest taxes, the highest costs for everything that matters, housing, rent, gas, electricity, water, the highest costs. Business climate. We were known in California as the home of enterprise and innovation. The American dream, in many ways, when people thought of that, they thought of California. We now have the worst business climate in America 10 years in a row. that's voted on by chief executives. Chief Executive Magazine does an annual survey. 10 years in a row, the worst business climate. Housing, we have the lowest home ownership rate in the whole country. I mean, every single thing you look at, we haven't even talked about the homelessness crisis. We have around 10% of America's population, 50% of America's homeless population. Look at crime, totally out of control. Our great cities, defaced, stinking of urine and feces and smeared in graffiti. Chaos everywhere you look. We haven't even talked about the illegal immigration, the sanctuary state policies. And then when you look at all the other policies, the mad, insane, far-left lunacy, so much of it started in California, the Green New Deal. You look at ballot harvesting, the way they rig elections, on and on. It is unbelievable. I mean, you could say not just the worst. I mean, I'd love to talk to a historian about it. Is Gavin Newsom not just, he's obviously the worst governor of America in America right now in terms of his record, potentially, when you look at these massive failures, the worst governor in American history.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.